Are you sound people happy? Okay. Well, why don't we start, presumably slowly.
Boom. Roasted.
While it felt like it had just started, my time in Australia was already coming to an end. It was time for one last hurrah. We were loading up the van with camping and surf supplies and heading south.
Looking for strippers and cocaine.
Sorry, that was supposed to be in the video about Sydney. So as I was saying, we loaded up the van, heading south in search of surf and meat pies. As we set off on this once-in-a-lifetime surf safari, I couldn't help but think, if I had known I was signing up for this long drive and this shitty weather, I could have stayed in Canada. But the rain stopped, and so did my shaky hands. And down a dirt road we went to find our first camp spot. We spent some time exploring the coastline for a wave, to no avail, and decided to just set up shop and get the fire going. I sat by the fire in awe and amazement. Australians really did manage to get beetroot into everything. I settled comfortably into our new routine, cooking mystery meats over an open fire with a few lukewarm beers. Now this was living, Barry. While I loved surfing, I hated the pretentious and exclusive nature of it, mostly because I was on the outside, feverishly but unsuccessfully trying to get in. While I have heard many sexy, pretentious quotes about surfing, the one that resonates most with me is by Dane Reynolds, who says, "Surfing is constantly reacting to a changing surface." And in that respect, life imitates surfing. Life, just like surfing, is all about reacting and dealing with change and complexities. Good surfer knows when to put their head down and keep paddling through challenges and frustrations. They also know when it's easier to stop fighting, to paddle in, and let the rip do the work for them. And in life, just like in surfing, sometimes no matter what you do, you still end up in a shitty situation. And at the end of a long day, we'd put our feet up by the fire and wax philosophical. We tackled hard-hitting topics like the role of the crust's structural integrity to the enjoyment of a meat pie. And after a few beers, the gloves came off. Was Australia home to the world's best coffee culture or the world's best frothed milk culture? Surfing, like life, is not constant pleasure. It is sleeping in the back of a van and not showering for 4 days. It is looking at graphs of winds, tides, and swell directions, or in my case, just showing up because I can't read any of them. It is grabbing a coffee and waiting for the swell to fill in or the winds to drop. It is trying to make the best out of a bad situation, stuffing your emotions with meat pies when despite the forecast, the waves suck. And there's no better place to do it than at Hayden's Pies, best pies on the east coast of Australia. And then there's more coffee, more driving, and more exploring. Hours, days even, spent trying to find those few moments of bliss. Mullet. When describing surfing, especially for someone on a video like this, and with a platform like mine, the amount of followers I do, it would be easy to say something philosophical or poetic. How surfing was about being one with the wave, or how it was a way of life, man. But for me, once every couple weeks, or however often I surf, for those 3 to 5 seconds of mediocrity, my brain just stops. In a world of constantly overanalyzing and overthinking, for those few seconds, I get a reprieve. Surfing and life, they're not so different. Difficult, challenging, frustrating, with fleeting moments of happiness. Filled with moments of observation and indecision. Filled with regrets of, what was I thinking? And moments of, oh so closes. Sometimes life has a way of getting you down and keeping you down and piling on. Through all the challenges and adversity, there are glimmers of hope, quickly squashed. And other times, it's downright infuriating. But in surfing and in life, if you persevere, if you keep at it long enough, you'll get a moment, no matter how fleeting, that always keeps you coming back for more.